This video is supported by AC Infinity. Yo, what's good, everybody? I am Bass Drop Keys, your friendly neighborhood Negro. And in today's video, we're gonna do episode 4 of season 7 of the Infinity Grow. This grow is sponsored by AC Infinity. If you want to get any of the great AC Infinity products for yourself, use the code BassDropKeys. That will give you a 15% discount on any order at acinfinity.com. Also, if you're going to be shopping on Amazon, I do have a 10% code for Amazon now. Use the code KEYS10OFF to get 10% off any AC Infinity order on Amazon.com. Now, as you guys know, I am an auto pot grower, which means that I love using auto pots in order to grow my cannabis. For this particular grow, I will be using the Double XL system. With the Double XL system, you can actually use a 9-gallon or a 13-gallon fabric pot. If you want to use the same Double XL system that I'm using for this particular grow, I will put the link in the description. Also, I do want to thank Autopot for sponsoring me. You can use the code BassDropKeys to get a 10% discount on any order at autopotusa.com. If you rather have a system where you can use smaller pots, then I would recommend the Bass Drop Keys 4-pot system bundle. With my system, I love using the 3.9-gallon pots. You guys have seen me use this particular system multiple times on the channel already. So if you want the Double XL system, or you want the Bass Drop Keys system, or you want any other system from Autopot, use the code BassDropKeys, get a 10% discount. Thank you to Autopot once again for sponsoring me and this grow. Now, when it comes to drying, you want to remember 60 and 60. You want to have the relative humidity around 60, and you want the temperature to be around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, it's hard for most people to have their drying area around 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so let me give you a range. If you can be in between 60 or 70 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll be just fine. Remember, you're going to be drying in the dark. I just have the light on just to get you guys the footage, but you're going to be drying in the dark and around 60 RH. Now, what I do is I keep a humidifier and dehumidifier around just to make sure I can regulate that relative humidity. On some grows, I don't have to use either one of them. On some grows, I have to use the humidifier by itself. Some grows the dehumidifier by itself, but no matter what the drying area needs, I have it at my disposal. I also still have the oscillating fan inside the tent. You want it to be on, but you don't want it blowing directly on the plants themselves. You just want to have it inside the tent for air movement. We're looking for a 10 to 14 day dry, and that's how easy it is to dry your plants. All right, guys, so it's been 14 days. Let's test it out and see if it's ready to be trimmed. So all you got to do is take one of the branches, and whenever you bend it, if you hear a cracking sound, just like that, then you know it's ready to be trimmed. If you bend it and it just bends and it doesn't crack like you just heard, then it's not ready. But if you hear, oh, look at that crack, then you know that it's ready to be trimmed. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to trim it up. Let's do it. All right, guys. So as I just said, it's time for me to trim up this one plant. Now, you guys know whenever I'm trimming, I'm going to be using my triminator, my mini dry triminator that you see right there on the table. But I can't just put the stems and everything inside of the triminator. I have to cut the buds off of the stem in order to do so. So that's what I'm doing right now. You've seen me cut off the top of the branches, then the bottom of it where I did the lollipopping, I just put that part in the trash can. But after that, I'm taking each one of the branches, as you can see here, and I'm cutting off all the buds. This is the part of the trimming that takes me the longest now, because you guys know I use my triminator in order to trim up, and I know there's a lot of you that really hate that. I don't give a damn. You're not the one that got to trim all this stuff up by yourself. To trim up 1 pound by myself, it'll take me like 8 hours. Whereas with my trimming machine, I can actually trim up 1 pound in under 10 minutes. So I don't give a damn what you guys think. I'm going to use my triminator because I hate trimming. I'm never going to do it again if I don't have to. But all right, now that I have the buds off of the stem, let's go ahead and take a look at them. So as you guys can see, the buds have some great purple You can see the abundance of trichomes on the buds. And you can also kind of tell by looking at the footage that these buds do have some weight to them. And if you look right here, you guys know that there was 2 or 3 buds that had light burn. This is one of them right here. Check it out. So like I said during the grow, I know that this is messed up, 2 or 3 buds being messed up, but overall, I don't think it'll make a big difference because these buds right here are pretty big and are pretty dense. But okay, now that I got that done, the next step is to put these buds inside of the Terminator. So that's what I'm gonna do right here. By the way, if you guys wanna get a Terminator for yourself, I will put the link in the description. Check it out. And so in order to operate it, all you do is after you cut the buds off of the stem or the branch, you wanna go ahead and just put all the buds inside the Terminator. If you have a lot of buds, you have to do it in 2 batches sometimes or even more. You do wanna have a little bit of space in there. That way it'll let them actually tumble. But you just put the lid on, cut it on, let it tumble for about 4 or 5 minutes, turn it off, open it up, look to see if you're satisfied with the trim. If you're not, let it go for another 1 or 2 minutes. If you are, go ahead and take it out, which you can see that's what I'm doing right here. And now that I have the buds trimmed up with the Terminator, let me show you what they look like. And so if you look here, you can see how beautiful the buds look. The smell off of this is insane. What a great strong smell this has. You can see the trichomes on there. This would be a great candidate to do some washing. If I was actually doing washing the buds, making hash rosin, this right here would be a great candidate. These buds do have some density to them, so I'm really loving that. You guys know I'm all about the quality, and the quality is great, but I am wondering what the dry weight is going to be since these are dense, and we'll find out here in a second. But all right, now that we have the buds already trimmed up, the final step is finding out what the dry weight is. Before we get to the dry weight, let me tell you about the cure. So I used to cure my buds using glass jars with the little humidity meters inside of there, but that was too much work. Coming back and having to burp the jars all the time, too much work. What I use now are these Grove bags. What's so great about these Grove bags is you use them just like a Ziploc bag. That's how you open them. That's how you close them, just like a Ziploc bag. But as soon as you put your buds in here, they start curing. You don't have to do anything special. They're going to keep your buds at the right humidity. You can also do long-term storage if you want to. You can heat seal the top, but that's not even necessary. All you got to do is put your buds inside of the Grove bags, close it up, and they start curing right then and there. And that's how I do my curing. None of that burping the jars for 2 or 3 weeks. Forget all that. Just get you some Grove bags. So now that we got that out of the way, the final thing that we got to do is we got to find out what is going to be the dry weight for this one plant. So as you can see here, I got my scale that you guys have repeatedly seen on the channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh up the bag, the Grove bag, and you can see it's around 24 grams. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to weigh up our harvest and see how much did we get. So, all right. So the final weight for this one plant is 233.1 grams. Hell yeah. That's 8.23 ounces. Hell yeah. That means that I got over ½ a pound from one plant using water only. This right here is a great result for me. One plant, over 8 ounces, using water only, growing organically. Come on, man, you can't beat that. So I'm super happy with the results of this grow. Real quickly here, I do want to talk about the things that I did wrong, the things that I could have changed, the things that I could have done better. The first mistake that I made in this grow is I used my humidifier and took too much moisture out of the air. That's why those leaves at the end were looking all crispy. I took too much moisture out of the air. You guys know I'm really concerned about powdery mildew, mold, and all of that. And so I went too heavy with the dehumidifier, which took too much moisture out of the air, which gave me those crispy leaves. Also, I should have flipped this plant in the flower sooner. I did not know how much it would stretch. So because of that, we end up stretching right up to the light, even past the light. And I had to super crop the branches down. We got light burn on a couple buds. And so I'll know for next time, because this was my first time growing this strain, I'll know for next time that I need to flip the plant in the flower sooner because it's going to stretch quite a bit. But other than that, guys, I'm really happy with this grow. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. The next set of grows that you guys are going to be seeing on the channel will be from a different city. In a little over 2 weeks, I am moving to Vegas. I already got a house in Vegas already. I just got to move. So I'm actually in the process of packing up my house right now. These grows that you're seeing on the channel was my first grows inside my new house. It's also going to be my last grows inside of this house. I am keeping the house. I'm going to rent it out, but I'm moving to Vegas in a little over 2 weeks. Ultimately, guys, I hope that what you got out of this grow is you can grow too. Now, whenever I do my next set of grows, we're going to be doing it the same way, except I'm going to be doing the topping and the training that I didn't do this time, and we'll compare the results. But ultimately, what I hope you got from this grow is you can do it. It's not hard. Don't let anybody on the internet or on YouTube try to make it seem like it's so hard that you can't do it. You can do it. Get you some growing equipment. Get you some auto pots. You can see how easy it was for me to do it. You can do it too. You can grow cannabis. It's not hard at all. I'm very happy with how this grow turned out. I want to thank AC Infinity for sponsoring another grow and sponsoring me overall. Use the code BassDropKeys to get 15% off any order at acinfinity.com. Also, use the code KEYS10OFF. If you're going to be shopping on Amazon, get 10% off any AC Infinity order on Amazon by using the code KEYS10OFF. I want to thank Autopot for sponsoring me as well. Autopots is what I've been using for every grow, and Autopots is what I'm going to be using for every grow going in the future. Use the code BassDropKeys to get 10% off at autopotusa.com. I do want to take this time to invite all of you guys to my free Discord. If you want to chill out and hang with a bunch of like-minded individuals, click the link that's in the description. The Discord is completely free. All you got to do is click the link. I also want to invite you guys to subscribe to my brand new gambling channel. It's called The Rookie Gambler. I'm pulling up on 5,000 subscribers, and I'm already over 500,000 views in the last 7 months. So come subscribe if you're interested in that type of content. I appreciate you guys for watching. Put any comments or questions that you have in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until I see you guys the next time, I'm out, guys. Much love.